drink champagne in Paris. Trust in me, no need to worry.
We are seated and socially distanced. We can take the mask off. And hello, Octave Kleba.
Hello.
And hello to you all. Welcome here on the set of the Ecosystem Experience with Octave Kleba, of course. Before we do get a glimpse at what's coming up for the next 5 years, that's OVH Cloud, got a question for you. Where are you at right now?
So, last 5 years, customers they ask us to become a global player. In order to have all these expansions, we raised 250 million with two funds, Towerbrook and KKR. We tripled number of the data centers. We are building in Germany, Poland, Great Britain, the US, Singapore, Australia. Of course, we developed new product, and mainly we started development of a public cloud platform. And we created a new channel to be able to work with the large companies. And we developed that mainly in France. Now we are going after that in Germany.
So I bet that those are the bases you are going to build on for the next 5 years to come. What will be your top priorities for this new plan?
So now our customers, they ask us to be on top in public cloud platform. So this is what we started 5 years ago, and after 5 years we continue to invest in this platform. So our platform is based on the OpenStack, and we will invest in 7 different areas. So that include compute, storage, database, network, securities. There is big data and AI.
And public cloud is definitely the battleground right now. But it's also kind of a race against time. It takes time to build a product, a proper product. So do you think you will match the time frame here?
You're right that it takes usually 2 or 3 years to build a product that is profitable. So we just have 5 years. So how we will achieve that? So this is why we have chosen to make the acquisitions. And this is how acquisitions will help us to achieve these strategic goals.
So if I do understand you well, 20 acquisitions over the next 5 years, that's a lot. Do you think that there's that many startups that can actually match your ambitions out there on the market? It takes a lot of money to actually buy, a company.
Yeah, this is an exciting topic, but there was so many innovative startups in US and in Europe. I've met a lot of them for the last 2 years, and in fact, it's a win-win acquisition because they have developed a technology and they want to scale. And in fact, we have the customers, we have the means, we have data center, geographic expansions. So we can help them to allow, in fact, scale this technology. And this is what our customers, they ask us.
To be more accurate, will you go public?
So, going public is not the only way. We have already very good, great partners, financial partners, and we're looking for the new partners. And the mainly things that we were looking for is that new partners, they respect our vision, they respect our values, as we are the biggest European cloud provider.
But if I may, buzzword or values seems to be one of the buzzwords we do use today. What specific values are we talking about here?
So I like this question because it's really something that it's fundamental for us. So, for example, our products has to be smart. Smart is 5 letters. It's S as simple to use, but simple to understand. Multi-local, that means that we are everywhere in the world. We want to be everywhere in the world. With the local team for the support, with local contract, with the local language, local currencies. We are very good on prices. This is what we call accessible and predictable on the price. We also our product has to be reversible. We need to use standards so customer can come to OVH and can leave us as he wants, and transparency. So, for example, reversibility. It's really important, and this is how we want to build this platform, OpenStack platform that we just talked about. It's that we want to open source this platform based on the OpenStack, but also based on this all the acquisition that we will do. So maybe you can ask me why we want to open source all the code that we acquire, but
And I definitely will, actually.
everybody is developing on their own code, and the result is there was reversibility for nobody. Okay, so this is why we want to initiate this foundation for our OpenStack, for our public cloud platform, and to bring the people that want to share these values and to use our products, so download this code, but also help to develop this code.
So we have definitely open source, we have acquisitions, we have values. But again, if I may, the place is kind of crowded. I mean, American and Chinese cloud providers are already running the game here. So what's your last secret recipe to win the battle?
Yeah, good question. In fact, what we're building, OpenStack, our OpenStack platform, we can run that as the public cloud. So we run a region, and there was many customers that they are in this region. But we have the customers that they want this platform as the hosted private cloud, just for one customer, and they have a lot of customers, and they want us to run the same platform for another market, and this is where we are very good, and this is the market also that we are going after.
Hosted, private cloud. What do you really mean by that?
So 10 years ago, our customers, they asked us to offer them VMware as a service. In order to developing this offer, we became the worldwide expert of this hosted private cloud. In a few months, we will add on this on hosted private cloud new platforms, Nutanix, OpenStack that we've just been talking about. There will be NetApp, EMC. Our big customers, they want this kind of platform in order to run that for the internal needs, because they are facing with the sovereignty issues, with data privacy. So this is what they are asking for.
And you just launched a brand new initiative with T-System. Is this very type of cloud we're looking for?
The beauty of the hosted private cloud is that it scales from few servers to thousands. And we had the customers that ask us more than 1,000 servers. And this is why for the extremely large customers, we build a new offer that we call data center as a service, because they need this hosted private cloud, not just in a few servers, but one data center or even more than one data center. And one of our first customer is T-System in Germany for this service.
Which definitely matches the mindset of what the brand new European cloud could be. I'm talking about Gaia-X, of course. It's definitely that sovereignty and security are key.
Yeah, the hosted private cloud, it's also match this sovereignty and the privacy, because we are deploying the cloud specifically for one customer. And we already have these clouds running in the totally isolated data centers in France. This is Technium Cloud, all the markets. So again, we are running VMware, Nutanix, OpenStack, NetApp, EMC platforms in this specific data centers, isolated data centers, for the just few markets: government, military, healthcare, banks, insurance companies.
So let's pause here for a second, because we've been talking extensively so far about your plans to win the cloud again. And it's kind of a bold strategy here. But if I do follow, and if we do come back to the basics of what OVH is, it's definitely about infrastructure. So do I have to understand You intend to leave this business?
There was no public cloud without bare metal. There was no hosted private cloud without bare metal. In order to offer this new kind of cloud, hosted private cloud with the Nutanix, OpenStack, etc., also data center as a service, secured cloud, we decided to rebuild the foundations in our data centers. So you will see that on the website very soon. We will release new ranges of the bare metal cloud by the end of this year. But also, we started to integrate the standard hardware like OCP and very soon the other vendors in order to be able to expand our hosted private cloud in the customer's data centers, in the colocation, the standard data centers. So we will have the answer with our technologies, water cooling, etc. And also we'll be able to go after the standard data center with our software and to offer both to our customers.
What an ecosystem experience to come. Thank you so much, Octave. Do
you.
stay with me. We'll be right back right after this.
Thank you.
And we're back for the second part of this exclusive interview with Octave. Still kind of lucky because I have 15 more minutes of your time today. And I hear that you're focused on non-OVH project. Correct me if I'm wrong, are you still working for OVH Cloud?
Of course, yes, I work for OVH Cloud. My focus in OVH Cloud is development of strategic products and also long-term strategy. But thanks to Michel, our CEO, I have more time to do other things. So I'm passionate about a lot of different things, and so I decided to just focus on 5 of them because a day is just 24 hours.
24 hours a day, indeed. European independence, data privacy, those are still super close to your heart. How do you intend defending them?
The issue of the data privacy in Europe, it's a major concern of a lot of companies. If you're looking, for example, the collaborating tools, a lot of our customers they asking us the alternative solutions for Office 365 or G Suite. For the last 2 years, I've met more than 100 startups companies here in Europe that develops the collaborating tools. So this is SaaS services. Sometimes it's open source software in email for the email chat, video conferencing, cloud storage, but they are not really collaborating. That's why there was no all the features that they are needed in this tool, and the tools they are not as simple to use as the popular tools.
So what are you offering?
So what I'm really passionate by the European digital independence, the data privacy, and the sovereignty. This is why I want to create a team that will open source a software and run that will aggregate all what we need to build a robust alternative to Office 365 and G Suite. This is probably 5 years or more project. The first step is the migration of 1 million Cubic accounts to the open source software named Nextcloud.
Isn't it supposed to be an internal OVH Cloud project?
Oh no, it's external project. So as an external investor, I'm buying Cubic from OVH Cloud, and we'll develop project independently from the company. The project will require more than 50 million euros of the investment. This kind of the investment, it's not part of the OVH Cloud strategy. This is why I'm keeping that independent.
And do you have any partnerships in mind to develop this project?
So what we will do 2 things. The first, with the team, between 20, 30 people in the next month, we'll build and run the platform. And on top of this platform, we'll collaborate with the partners in Europe to run their software on this platform. So the mainly goal will be focused on user experience, login password, and how you can use all this different software, but just with one user experience. And then all this development of the front end we will open source, so everybody will be able to download it, run it, and help us.
So now another project here is definitely GSB, the investment fund you've created. Am I talking to Octave Kleber, a VC today?
Oh, it's strange. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. But I needed to create this fund, GSB. Because I wanted to have this relationship with some startup and help them to grow. And I'm focusing on the hardware, on the infrastructure, and the platform services, and I want to help them. I'm just investing in the areas that I can understand well and I can help. If not, it doesn't make sense for me.
And that's quite an interesting mirror effect to me, which means that you're also going to be focusing on mentoring.
I like this relationship, okay, based on the values. So I'm choosing the startup because there was something that I feel that the founder shares, and I want to help them. So yes, they have my call number. They can call me whatever they want, and then we can talk about the issues. But whatever the technology is, startups, the entrepreneur journey, it's all about the people, hiring, management, strategy, values. It's all the common foundation, and I love to talk about that.
Mentoring as a service. So it's definitely key, but as education.
Yeah, education is another topic that I'm really focused on. You know, it's a huge challenge. It's really a huge challenge. The speed of change in this digital area has scared so many people who don't have the skills to keep up. They don't know how it works. They don't have the skills to really to understand. And I'm really focusing to see how we can just solve this issue, how we can help the people to understand and then find the jobs in this new digital world.
So it's not only a question of getting the acculturation to digital,
No.
right? It's also this idea that the digital means job.
Yes, I want to discover the most effective way to train people in digital skills for the maximum result. That means jobs, new jobs. There was the innovative and a very effective trains models that there was a lot of people that saying, I have idea how to train people for this digital world. Great, if you have the idea, come and talk with me. I want to test these ideas in Roubaix here in north of France, where we have the headquarters, and to see if it works. If it works, we can scale it nationally.
So if you want to meet Octave, it's up to you now. But Roubaix will definitely act as a living lab for this initiative in the making. What the overall plan?
So I want to invest 5 million per year in 50 initiatives to train young unemployed people, residents of Roubaix. Each initiative has to seek out and train 10, 15, 20 people in digital skills for 3 to 12 months. And if participants are employed after the training, that's success. So we'll test it at the larger scale here in Roubaix. And if it's still working, let's share it with everybody nationally, saying, hey guys, we have an idea that's working. If you use this training everywhere in France, you will find the jobs.
Step by step, proof of concept. That's the mindset, of course, but another mindset for 2020 is definitely sustainability.
Yeah, it's I'm passionate about sustainability. This is why 10 years ago I decided to invest in the startup in the wind turbines. So they build nine turbines wind farm in France. but the business model didn't work. It costed really a lot of money. So OVH tried to resell the startup, but there were no buyers for that. This is why I decided to spend time rebuilding the business model. And I've come to an idea that, okay, maybe it can work. Maybe this new business model can work.
Cloud and win seems to be like a win-win situation, of course, but still, how are you going to achieve this?
You know, as an external investor, I'm buying the startup from OVH Cloud, okay? And we will test this technology deploying 30 wind turbines in the next 3 years. We'll design, construct, deploy, and operate the small wind farms in the industrial zones here in France. It's a really risky strategy because, you know, it's so different from how the wind energy is currently produced. But I'm confident that this business model can work. At least I want to try it.
But still, I don't understand what the magic inside the technology this startup has been able to develop in terms of wind turbines.
Yeah, it's really different from where the market is. Just give me 3 examples. So our wind turbines, they are not very high. They are 50 meters. And you comparing to the market, it's 150, 200. They are small. They are 800 kilowatts and not 3-5 megawatts. And we don't want to have the visual impact. So we want to deploy them in the industrial zones in France. Okay, so those few different things that we are going after, and I think this can work because of that.
We'll see. Now, last but definitely not the least, we're definitely going to speak about one tradition here at OVH Cloud. It's you, Octave, playing live on stage. Of course, it's your passion. It's music. I've heard that you're going to release a new album.
Yes. So every year on Summit, I play the guitar. Okay, it's just now the event that it really allows me to play and having 200 people for free, okay, listening to my music, okay. But you know, last year on Summit, I played for the first time my own song that I composed. And what happened is that after Summit, someone contacted me and saying, "Wow, I really like your song. I listen to this song every morning." So I said, "Wow." So this really inspired me and saying, okay, let's compose 12 songs. So this is what I have done, and I released the album. So during all this COVID quarantine, I was working all the evenings and all the weekends to assemble all these materials. And when I felt in June that I'm ready, I called my friend Bruno, that is a musical producer, and I said, okay, I'm ready, let's go.
That's been a quite productive quarantine to me. Are you ready to take the stage with your band?
So right now we're still working. We are recording the songs. We are in studio. We're just working hard on this album. And the end of this year, I think we will be able to release this album. There will be the single next year. There will be a video clip, and we will see how this album is received. If the people like it, the band will go on tour. At least I want to explore how I can move people emotionally through the music.
See, entrepreneur at core, you can help it. Thank you so much, Octave.
Thank you very much.
We are lucky enough to actually leave you with a release of season 2, your album though, and the tune is called Ride of Your Life. So let's ride.